You're feeling fine, despite the plenty of things coming in hot off the presses from Boris and Co. yesterday. It's like it's going to be a little bit longer before we ever get to game, if ever. But Jason and I thought we would do just a painter chat tonight. So I am currently working on Slime Arvo, painting him up to match up with Sergeant Ripper Jackson. And then, yeah, Jason said he's going to be working on some of his necron models. He's just gathering them up right now, so he'll be live on stream. Tell us in chat, what are you guys painting tonight? Are you all ready for? Are you all battlefield ready? All your armies good to go, or is this giving you more time to finally get to those models you promised you'd get to back in March?
Evening, guys. Sorry about that. I was currently collecting pieces. Another question, Pete. Is everyone ready with stockpile ready for the lockdown again? Because obviously shops closing.
Well, yeah. I'm going to be going to get some paints. Seeing as most studios tend to close on a Monday because they're open over the weekend. It's like, doesn't leave me long to get the things I want to get.
But just while we're on stream, and obviously with this coming in, from what we know, our good friends at the Forge are still going to be open during lockdown in terms of the online shop. So if there's anything like that you need, they're pretty damn good one stop to go for. They've got most things in stock nowadays. I know they had a bit.
And if they don't, they are always happy for you to message them on Facebook and see if they can get it in for you.
And while you're doing that, don't forget, if you can, use our link. One, it helps us push stuff forward while we've got no tournaments. And also, if you use the code that comes along with us, you get an extra 5% from their price as well.
So yeah, another 5% off.
Win-win. So
I've got so much scenery I need to paint, because for a start, we've got this. Need to get that painted. And then got a couple, just a couple of the Zen Mortalis tiles.
Just a couple, yeah?
Just a couple, yeah. So, but I've got these, which I'm going to be working on at some point this week. So, getting some Necromunda and ready, and getting some tables ready for gaming on. Once we can have someone around and do some streams.
Yes, definitely. The one thing I guess some people who are new to our stream, we do this every Sunday. We just want to do it as a lockdown, fun-friendly thing.
Keep in touch.
Yeah. Anyone who feels a bit even lonely at some points, coming up to chat. We're here for this. This is what we did it for. And on top of that, if Pete's going to start, I think putting a bit more post up on it, but he's been doing these character challenges every day, pretty much. The last 2 weeks, and he's cracked out a lot. So hopefully we'll see get some pictures of that as well.
If you head over to the Facebook page, I'm about to post this week's the group shot of what I did this week. I'll do that right now.
Oh, evening, Walshy. How are you doing? Obviously got this. With rumours about the Forge World book, I'm looking to get in the lift dropper out of the bag finally. Wasn't that dropped, or was that the copter that was dropped? Because wasn't one of the big helicopters of the orcs cut out?
Oh, the Chinook.
That's the one.
Yeah. There were so many, its guns were awesome. People were like, ooh, actually taking notice of it just prior to lockdown. Oh well.
I know. They, to be fair, I think out of all of them, GW are hating on Tau the most. Because they seem to have been hit hard with the Forge World changes, and at the moment their codex is like bottom tier in ninth style rules, and then getting some of their cool Forge World units literally just written off. Like everyone was really excited when they saw the flamer increase, and they're like, "Oh, my Yavara, yes, my Yavara," and then they go and reduce it to 1 damage. that just. They got the distance, but they reduced the damage of the flame, which is quite comical, really. Like,
at the moment, Jason, I can't actually get onto our Facebook page.
Oh.
My phone. Why is that not letting me? I can see my profile, but I can't see the Laws of Wire profile.
While she's happy, is Bosch Biker's back.
Yeah. No, I will put that picture up later once I can get on. Once I can get on our page.
It might be
But
because
for
of
now,
streaming.
I was just trying to do it on my phone.
Right, I'll shift us to. I've not got much going on my station apart from spears. Lots of grey plastic.
I can't see you. Oh yeah, because you're streaming
I've
separately.
No, we've got a page now. If you watch in a few seconds,
Okay.
you should see dual screen. Well, dual
Ooh.
feed. Ooh.
I'm still watching our Discord. So little peek behind the scenes there.
And my snack of the night. Ben and Jerry cookie pieces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Log in, please.
Let's get.
Code was just sent. Alright. It's just sent me a code.
What's that for?
Twitch on the PC.
Oh, I'll give you the code, but obviously
No,
not everyone.
no. They've sent me one that I have to put in so I can actually log into Twitch.
So Pete, Walshy. Sorry, I always get that wrong when there's both of you on the same thing. What are you painting anything tonight, Walshy?
Hey, there we go. Yeah, I see all your bits.
Yeah. just a few.
Oh, don't. Do you want me to pull out a mountain of plastic?
I probably can't compete with you guys, but yeah. Oh crap! Oh crap!
What?
I might have accidentally just shared this stream to a page that we probably shouldn't do that with this logo sitting in the bottom corner.
Which one?
Element.
Oh.
I'm pretty reasonable. I'm not one to start pasting stuff with our especially when it's sitting in the corner of our stream. It's unfair.
What is?
If I was to share this stream in other people's, it's just wrong. I'm not one for
What do you think?
rocking the boat. So if you see my stream, I'm so sorry, guys. Did not mean to do that. There it is. This is the group.
Marbo's coming along.
And delete post.
Randomly picking browns off of the table in front of me. Yeah, speaking of the Forge, I got my order from the Forge of the Orlocks and things like from the pre-orders.
Oh yes.
But I also haven't actually got the received my pre-order from Games Workshop because there are a couple of bits that the Forge weren't able to get in for me. So I would have done direct from GW on the same morning. I've got my stuff from the Forge. I haven't got my stuff from GW.
Yeah, the Forge seem to getting their shit together, and that's us saying this because then they help us out. But no, they honestly have. Like, we're very impartial. Yes, we have a good partnership with them. We're not completely
Fanboy.
Yeah, like we've had.
Oh wait, I'm not talking about Fanboy. The place. Yeah.
Yes, let's carry on there.
Yeah. Carry on.
But we'll be honest with our opinion, and yes, we've had issues with ourselves with them in terms of stock. But I think certainly since lockdown, they've certainly got their shit together. Definitely. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you very much for coming and watching. Have a chat and speak to us in chat. We're here just to have a good old hobby chat. Walshy, are you able to get on Discord at all? Be good to get you on. It's been a while, I think, since we had Walshy on chat. Probably the Xbox days, isn't it? Can't believe it. We started this stream back in April time, man. It doesn't feel like we've been doing it that long. I know we're not a big
thinking
stream.
Like, oh, we'll just do a few just while we're in lockdown, and then we'll get back to normal.
I think we finally gotten some of the technical side down, except for the last stream. That was completely my fault. I pressed the button when leaving the house, and I left. Like, we got out of the street, and I was like, crap. Oh, that was. Oh yeah, you were telling us about
not
this,
ideal.
Walshy in the group, that Primus Liberian conversion.
Oh, I can't see Walshy's chat. Is that
It's
on
in
Facebook?
Yeah, it's on Facebook, that one. Welcome to the Facebook, guys. Thank you very much for coming to watch the stream. Currently, I'm
Shout out to all of the Twitch lurkers. Come on, say something.
Currently just building up some more of my necrons. I've got most of the box we got from the forge painted nicely. It's just this second batch I kind of stuck in the corner because there was no rush to get them. The idea was to get them ready for our streams, but yeah, there was no rush for that. So I thought tonight might be a good excuse to get some more done. But yeah, we'd love to.
That's what it is. You just got to pick up a model, just start painting it. That's what this character challenge is all about. Getting that painted now.
For anyone who either doesn't want to type, doesn't feel like they want to type, but they want to chat, you are welcome to come and join us on Discord. If you're happy to come on the stream, that's fine by us. And we're happy to chat that way as well. We're just very chatty people.
There you go. Managed to get to the Lords of War page, but through the link to this call now. So I'm going to share that now. Okay. There you go. There you go. Right, so if anyone's interested in what I've been painting this week, that's just gone on to our Facebook page. So I've got a few more characters I need to paint, so I might actually get a poll going. What people want me to paint first. Go from there.
I have to say, it's been quite an efficient way for you to get them done, though, man.
Just they're just like characters that some of them won't ever see the table. Like Ricky Jackson, probably I can't see whenever I'm going to use her, or Slime Arbo, but yeah, just what it was. Their inbox is taking up space, so better that than.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's nice to get them all painted, really, to be fair.
Yeah. Sitting there forever. And I've got that done. That's all right. Which is something we need as we go in through all of this again. I might, given the upcoming release, get back to painting Space Wolves again. Because they are my primary army. I just kind of lost. Kind of lost the drive to get them painted.
Well, you've got quite a lot painted already, haven't you?
Yeah. But I've got some of the newer Primaris units to paint. Yeah. I've got 30 incursors that just waiting to be put on the table.
Well, I know you used to use them.
They did have a little bit of a nerf. between buying them.
But the one that you used to use them quite
That's
a lot.
fine. Yeah.
As our tournament stuff, didn't you? It was like if there was a space or dropout, you'd bring your.
I use them. I use them exclusively for tournaments. Yeah.
How are you?
Primarily.
Where do you know where you are on the rankings at ITC? Because obviously we can't really add to them.
I was quite high up, but I don't think with not being able to play games and other games happening in other countries.
Guess who's still number one?
That's because no one else plays Unari.
That is true.
Especially now. Sorry.
Honestly, I'm struggling to think with them now because all the games I've played on TTS and Night haven't been Unari, and now losing like my main damage threat, my HQ damage threat, is just depressing. Now, I think we could probably chat. Have you seen Red Money the leaks on the?
Only what we've been chatting about in our offline chats.
Yeah.
Not much more from there.
I'm not happy with the race here.
I still no. Moving down to being a heavy.
That's not just it though. It's gone from 12 runes to 9.
Yeah.
Doesn't get a free weapon anymore. His spear.
He was a character, so going from 12 wounds to 9 means he's no longer targeted.
He's lost the character keyword.
Oh yeah.
Has he lost the character keyword as well?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, hello, Walshy.
Hello, mate.
Hello. I didn't realise I'd actually muted when I joined earlier. So I've been chatting and you've not been hearing. I'm going mad. Yeah.
You've been wondering why we've been ignoring you.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is Walshy. You probably heard the voice from some of our other streams when we first started this on a Sunday on the Xbox side.
Goes by the Mad Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably the only true orc player out of all of us.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm the only main orc player. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes. The race says so. He's gone down to 9 wounds. He's obviously lost the ability to have relics now, which, as you know, Unari relic on him was just sublime.
Which one was it?
The Lost Shroud. So he had a 5-up, feel no pain, and all damage was halved.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that was one of the combos that it didn't break him because, like, if you focused him, he would still die. Like, it's a 5-up, feel no pain. You're not going to pass every single one of them. And also,
will.
Well, yeah.
5-up, feel no pain, and -1 to all damage. Oh yes. Hello, Bjorn. Sorry, I see us.
And the other thing that's changed is he hasn't got his own. So before, his psychic powers were his own little thing.
Yeah.
And also when he became Unari, he didn't lose that. He kept them. You know, and you were the actual. I actually used it against you that time, giving myself the extra charging when we played doubles against you. Well, he's now lost that as Unari because he now has access to battle runes. So because he has access to the battle runes, yes, he can jinx and protect now, but I have to replace that with a Unari spell.
Yeah.
Which none of them really suit him, I don't think, apart from the reroll wounds. The good thing is his spear has become less spiky.
Yeah.
With a D3 plus 3 damage.
Yeah.
Than D6.
So it's more like a power fist now than a...
Yeah, he's going to do a minimum of 3 damage rather than getting like.
Well, minimum 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, minimum 4. So, which is I like that because with such a big weapon and only having 4 to 5 attacks depending on what you do, and then you rolled 1s to the damage, it was very depressing.
Yeah.
He moves 8, so he's not the quickest to get there. And when he got there and he rolled 1s, it was like, what? But then
I'm still I haven't written off having him for the under.
No, it could be good. His points wise, he's okay.
You do that with all power fists and thunderhammers.
I'd put him in the okay bracket. He was for me an auto take because he just did work, and as Yunari, people went to shoot because if you didn't shoot him, and he made it into combat, he punished you.
You felt you felt it.
So
you do need them big distraction targets, and he made a really good one of them.
Yeah, I at one of our tournaments. Do you remember? The guy, the Games Workshop guy that came that time in the, I think it was the triples. It was me, you, and Tom. I think in the planes. He spent the whole game trying to shoot it, kill it with his planes, and he couldn't. And admittedly, that was more luck than judgment. But if I spiked on the rolls, he could do that. But then sometimes I've had a Space Marine player, that big bloody tank, shoot it off the table, which is now it's just got better.
Did I hear something that it just got better? How has it gotten better?
They've reworked the whole Void Shield system, mate.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't.
Yes. No.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You go and watch.
No, I was going to say. So now it works as it's basically kind of like the first 3 wounds you take removes a shield. I think it has 2 sets of them.
Yeah, so they've worked out the Void Shields have sets of weapon, don't they? They have Void 1, Void 2, Void 3, and Void 4. And so it's like a buffer, so you have to kill them first.
That makes sense.
But if you don't kill one section of the shield, it regenerates in your command phase.
Yeah.
So if you leave it on one...
From a fluff background, that does make a lot of sense. That's exactly how voids work.
Yeah. It kind of fits the narrative. Yeah, it fits the way you'd see them working, kind of.
Yeah, because if you blow out a void shield, then that's it. It's fried.
Yeah, and it doesn't come back.
If it collapses, you can bring it back.
Which I think is good, in a way that... Because before, it just degraded your invuln save, so it didn't matter how much pounding you did to that thing, it would still always get an okay invuln save. Whereas now...
Well, it got an even better than a normal invuln save, because the way it was worded, you could actually boost it through cover.
Yes.
Shenanigans, whereas an invuln you can't boost.
Whereas now, once you've killed the void, it's gone for the game. So it's rewarding the other player for actually having to shoot. But yeah, it got that, which is actually, I think it gained a few more wounds in that process.
Yeah, it's essentially the way it works is it essentially gives it a couple of extra potentially regenerating wounds, doesn't it? So it just makes it that little bit tougher. It's it's a nice way of doing it, I think.
It's still killer against anything with a fly keyword, isn't it?
Because they've just done the same reword of void stuff on the Eldar Titans. Because they've brought the Eldar Revenant down to 1,500 points now. So we could see an Eldar Titan in a 2K game.
That's the big one.
No, it's not the big. It's the one that's bigger than the Wraith
Which
Knight.
one's the Revenant? That's not the big one, is it?
No, it has 2 weapons.
The Scout one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to picture it in my head because I've faced off against them.
It can move 30 inches a turn.
It's got the jump packs.
As well.
So
it's speedy.
It can basically jump around the map and shoot things to death. So if it survives, but unlike the Tau combo that they could do with their Titan, there isn't really anything to really boost it.
Just as a buyer beware, though, it's an old Forge World kit. So
also, they didn't make it a vehicle; they kept it a monster.
Yeah. Oh, that means Brixtools can get some rerolls against it.
Yes. So yeah, it's quite nice. And the other thing, sorry, the Wraith Seer did get a constant ignore -1 AP.
Oh, that's all right.
Which I think is about right.
Got to hit -2.
It's meant to be a Wraith construct with no living stuff in it, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah,
overall probably a bit of a negative, but it's not a complete write-off.
No.
Because like I said, I'm still looking at one from a Yanden point of view. Maybe stick one in there. It was going to be a HQ because that seemed cool, but it's fine. Might be a interesting way to fill out a different type of detachment.
That is true. I think the biggest shock was probably the Tau nerf with the tuner losing battle suit, and a lot of people have picked up in the fluff on the left hand side of the actual book of that page. They call it a battle suit, but they took the battle suit keyword away from it. Which, as we all know, basically is like a huge nerf for any Tau unit.
Yeah.
Because you lose all them drones.
Yeah.
I got a feeling they're going to rework them drones to be you can only do it for core units only. You watch.
It's just me can't. Yeah.
I can see it happening.
The thing is, what do you reckon is going to be Tau core then? Probably get crisis suits.
Crisis suits. I reckon crisis suits.
Crisis suits, infantry,
creatures, fire warriors,
and probably stealth suits.
Fruit?
No, I don't think they will. I think they're trying to get rid of them, aren't they? They don't seem to be really.
There's been a long rumored, like codex for what are they called? Tau auxiliaries. It's been a long rumored.
But they seem to have killed off any type of.
Through the grapevine.
But they seem to be trying to stop souping / allying up in all these new books. They want you to try and be mono. So I don't know.
Well, until that happens, they've still got crew, which are I don't know. I've gone up against crew a few times. Like in vast numbers, they can be marginally worrying.
They have the use, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think with the new edition, with the current scout rule they've got it's quite a handy to just push that forward really quickly. But there's no real buffs for them to make them.
That lets you set up on an objective.
Yeah, but they get on an objective, and Marine will clear them out in one shooting turn with even half a unit.
Yeah, you can't do anything to support them. That's the problem, isn't it? So they are just screen literally.
And
very good.
It seems like screen isn't what you need that much this edition. Not in sense of what we used to use screen in 8th. Like here, it's more. I think that's why Tau are struggling so much. They haven't really got any way of controlling that middle ground. Like all Tau. Like we all know, Tau has been in the last, especially 8th, geared up to castle. As much as GW say they don't, and they're meant to be this quick moving race. We all know.
Give me my anime suits back.
But we all know during 8th, it was all about the castle. It doesn't matter. There was some lists that could be removable, but like moving around. But
what's his name? Come to our tournaments.
Terry.
Yeah, he had quite a mobile Tau force,
but
which I came up for.
But then
towards the end with the extra for enclaves, you had like Lewis's kind of Farsight enclaves lists as well, which were quite tricky. But I don't know if they pushed to more that angle, maybe.
Yeah. Do you know Carl Morehouse used to run a load of piranhas, and they were just a nightmare to deal with because they'd fire off all of their missiles turn 1, and then they would just be in your face with fusion.
See, them missiles, I like them, but because there was such a main component on a lot of the units, I really feel they should have been like dampened down strength-wise and not be a single use, because there were so many vehicles that pretty much just carried them and nothing else. The unit became a shell.
That was the Sky Race job.
Almost make them like a single shot, slightly like a crack version of a smart missile. Just like not quite as
fitting your word there. You want super crack. Bring that back.
Oh yeah.
Well, or even if it had a dual profile, do you know what I mean? So you could either fire it as a lower strength and you get to refire it, or you fire it at its full strength and it is a single use like they are now. I think that would be a good change because it would mean like you could actually bring a Sky Ray, spend the first 2 turns maybe shooting lower strength stuff, but just pumping out some firepower, and then maybe a bit down the line you go, okay, something needs to get wiped off the board. I'll whack out.
Or maybe give it like souped up gun drones.
Well, currently all it has is them SMS. Well, the best one was to take was SMS, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like those gun drones, well, the SMS pods, give it some souped up version so it can put out consistent, reliable damage.
Because I like the vehicle, but the vehicle was so easy to take out.
Yeah.
And then once it's been fired, all you could see it being used for now is holding objective, but it won't hold objective for long because any marine player will shoot it off the table in one round because they have crap saves.
So a player will be sat on the objective saying, "Come and get me. I'm just going to heroically intervene into you." Wahaha.
Yeah, less said about all that heroically intervening.
Our characters lost a 6-inch, but everyone got 3-inch.
Well, wolves are going to be so tricky to deal with this edition, especially for melee armies. Anyway, really.
I can't wait. Just want to get on the table. Like this book isn't actually making me go. I'm probably going to get back to painting Space Wolves again, just because, like the whole lockdown, not playing. I kind of just went, well, what's the point? But let's just do some other things, which I probably wouldn't spend the time on because we'd be getting ready for tournaments and things. So a lot of Aeronautica got painted. Adeptus Titanicus got started and painted. Got some Necromunda to get painted. Got some Warcry and some Underworlds. So I've been playing a fair bit of Underworlds actually recently.
Oh really?
The game is actually all right. The PC port of it is pretty good fun. I've been playing it on Monday nights with Carl.
Oh nice.
But yes, I've got a couple of their warbands to play with them. You can get some of them painted.
That's something we could try on TTS. Is maybe some Warcry. It's a pretty simple game to try.
Oh, I was going to say, instead of Warcry, if you try Underworlds, there's an actual game for it. Has all the cards and not all the factions yet, but it's got the rules.
Oh nice.
It's like Blood Bowl. It's very, very close to the source material.
Cool.
Just a little shout out to everyone who's watching the stream. I've noticed our numbers peak up again. So if you shout out, what have you guys got on the table? I know we've just been talking quite a lot about the Forge World stuff. I think it's something we know quite well because we've always been one tournament not to ban it. I know we've had cries to say ban Forge World, but we've always been one. It's your model toys. You can play with them if you want. We had the limit in place so people didn't go stupid. But Terry running the double Yavara, that was a scary sight when they actually peaked when they. Sorry, mate, what was that?
Yeah, we've tried to put points in and be hurt by not having full drops. Oh, there's a network error.
Oh, we lost Jason. Oh no. Yeah.
I'm back. Have you guys
got... Custodes were really hurt if they weren't able to take any Forge World.
Yeah, I was going to say there was quite a strong Custodes list with 2 of the Grav tanks and a Telemon, I think it was. He was quite a.
Yeah, but then the Grav tanks were everyone knows it. The Grav tanks were broken. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties?
We're still streaming.
Okay. Currently not Twitch.
Oh, really? It hasn't said it as we've locked out. Let's have a look. Are we still coming through on? I see it on
I'm just
Twitch.
refreshing the page.
Yeah, we're still coming through. Sorry about that, guys.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, we missed the chat on Twitch. Sorry, JT1043.
What? I haven't seen anything in chat.
What have you got? What have you got on your painting table at the moment, mate, or hobby table if you're not painting, or if you've actually in a place that you can play games? Tell us about it. Because if anyone here is watching not from the UK, we are currently going back into a full lockdown on Thursday, so games are a bit of a no-no for us at the moment. Did I ever tell you these necron warriors are a pain in the ass?
Why? What's it? Is it the painting or the building?
Building.
Fiddly.
I now know why I left them in the box.
What you need to do, Jason, is see how many you can paint in a week.
Well, my colour scheme, that's quite easy.
Yeah.
That's why I picked that
same,
scheme.
Same for mine. Mine's just bronze. It's brass scorpion, Hashut copper, moot green, with a bit of Caliban green and warpstone glow.
I'll go and grab my one in a second, and I'll show you my colour scheme. It's like a variant of a bone scheme. I've gone with the orange colour weapons. Being they're not, they're more just like a for us for doing streams or like maybe a
Projector.
yeah. That's pretty
Sorry,
much
custom dynasty.
that's pretty much what they are for, really. Our streams. So I didn't really want to have a really complicated paint scheme, if I'm honest. Wanted a nice, easy one.
Same. Be able to run them alongside the Silent King on occasion.
I've got a picture of where I'm up to with my conversion. Where's best to share it?
If you message me on Discord, I'll try and get it up on the stream for you.
Send it through to Discord. Yeah. Sorry, Wish, I'm currently painting a dead orc right here.
You're always painting dead orc.
Well, he's on the base of Marbo, so I can't really help it.
Just for the sake of the stream, I'm currently showing the lovely one of my destroyers, or the new ones. If I get the angle right, there we go.
No, yeah.
And then one of the characters. And them two need a black rim. I picked the two models with no black rims. Trust me to do that. Right. Did you? Yep, I see it on there. Morshi, where did you?
It should just be pinging through to you in a second.
I've got some living orcs I need to paint.
Right, I'm going to jump onto my cam while that's okay.
Mostly Meganods.
Alright, here we There you go, Pete. Everyone should see the Primaris model. I've currently got that up on the stream.
I'm just doing little tweaks to it.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Option, don't do what I just did.
Oh, throwing the paintbrush at yourself.
Oh yeah, no, it was more of the using. I had an itchy ear, so I just stuck the end of the paint, like the paint handle, right in my ear. Don't do that. It's silly. Okay, Jeff, I can see your message in the Twitch chat, but I can't see anyone else's.
Yeah, there's a guy appeared. He's not responded. It is there. He said, "Hi, can you say my name? JT1043."
JT1043.
It's,
Have we just triggered someone? Was there somebody? Are we somehow
no, I don't think
linked to covert ops in Russia?
so.
No.
Who knows? Who knows about that?
The purple orc flies at night.
See, Walshy, with all the changes that we're seeing now, how are you feeling about the Orc Codex when it comes? Are you worried that they're going to change the playstyle completely?
I'm not so much worried. I'm actually quite excited by a bit of a change in playstyle. I've always kind of tended to play slightly different from the kind of horde style anyway. So I think it might push a little bit more like that, and actually good for me because it might bring in like getting units like mega knobs on the board a lot more often, or even just like not big like knobs units and things like that, tougher, harder units rather than just filling the board with stuff. Just have.
Do you know what? I think mega knobs are good.
Well, I faced them in our game, didn't I, Walshy? I came in,
Yeah.
I swung, I did some damage, you swung back, and you killed my wraiths. And bear in mind, these were the ones with no invuln, so they're easy pickings, but still.
They weren't crystals, were they?
They hit hard when they needed to, which was good. So, yeah, it's just what the kind of staying power is against. And I like obviously like things like the Blade Guard veterans and things like that are prime targets for them. But I wonder if they might get a boost to toughness or something like that. I don't know in the codex.
The thing that worries me,
get a real world rematch once books are out.
Well, I like your lists, Walshy, because your lists are always more mechanical, and obviously what you tried against Pete when you tried the dreadnought approach against Pete. And I watched the game when you played Sam, and it's a similar list to me. Again, that one jet just caused me pain beyond belief.
Yeah, it's just really hitting its market. Good.
The Buzz Boom.
Yeah, the Buzz Bomber.
It caused like pain. I was losing tanks a turn, or 2 tanks a turn. To be fair.
Have you been able to pull off a flying headbutt yet?
I think I tried one against Sam, which did a bit of stuff, but not enough because I forgot War Walkers were a single unit rather than individuals and stuff like that. So didn't quite do as much as I thought, but I still want to try it. I think it'd be better against like a Marine army or something like that, especially now they've all got 2 wounds and things like that. Being able to crank a few mortals out onto them.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, maybe that's how you take out Blade Guard veterans.
Yeah. You're worried about Blade Guard veterans, but them damn Wolf Riders have got a huge buff, haven't they? This book.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about them.
They're scary. They were scary anyway, and they just seem even more scary now.
Yes, being able to advance and charge. Before they had pistols. What you shooting? You're not really shooting anything with bolt pistols, so you might as well advance. Right. If you spike high on that roll and your opponent is set up right on the line, you could get a turn 1 charge with those cavalry. And even if you don't, turn 2, they are on you, even if you've moved away.
Oh yeah, because they've got such a big movement, haven't they?
Well, they can advance and they can charge as well.
What's the inbun? Isn't it a 3 up? Is it a 4 up now? Isn't it?
4 up. Yeah, we 4 up.
Yeah, they seem to.
Is that all? That's all Storm Shields, isn't it? Have gone to a 4 up.
Except for some. Except for some, like yeah, he's got that. The Anvil Shield is a special class of Storm Shield, so it keeps its 4 up. It's 3 up stat.
It seems like they've tried to get rid of all the 3 up inbuns.
I think there are a few others that have been mentioned that also keep their 3 up invuln rather than going to a 4 up.
But it does seem that they've tried to eradicate 3 up inbuns from the game.
I just dropped a tiny piece on the floor. I don't want to slide back on the movie chair in case I run it over.
Do the Necron Wraiths still get the 3 up invuln? The Canopet Wraiths?
No, they went to 4 up.
Yeah,
they went 4 up, but they got something else instead.
I remember that, yeah.
Because those get terrifying anyway. They might have got reanimation.
Wasn't they?
Yeah, because they did.
Sorry.
But it's still a pain to try and get to reanimate them because you have to roll as many wounds as a single model to bring one back.
Yeah. So you get less back, but the fact that you're doing it every time the unit gets shot or one dies, it's pretty good. I don't know if you did you catch any of Sam and Graham's game?
No, I had to. I saw the setup, but I didn't get to stick along very long.
I was pretty impressed with Graham's list and how, because obviously Necrons are obviously in a better place right now, purely because they got a new book. But they did the Death Guard held out well, but that Nightbringer is just silly. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just silly. Like,
well, he's the only thing at the moment that can kill Gaz in one turn.
Oh, he just literally negated pretty much anything Graham had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm all for saying something strong because of it's a god at the end of the day, but to negate a whole faction's way of surviving and actually what it spends points on, and this has been my argument since Ninth with the whole cap of hit, like you've negated pretty much most of what Eldar are paying in points on their units, as me and Walshy talked about in our stream when we did that game, was I'm paying all these points for these negative to hits and stuff, but I'm not gaining anything from it because you're just negating it, and it's like, oh, why am I paying all the? And obviously, I know they've been rectified the points and stuff, but they just don't feel like it. They feel like, and especially that game I played against Sam right at the start of ninth, I might as well not bother playing because he was causing negatives to himself, and I already had negatives on mine, so it was a no-brainer. He might as well advance and still shoot at a negative. Because why not? Because it's only getting -1 at the end of the day. To me, that's wrong. If you, I'd love a petition to say that if you cause the minus yourself, then it should stay. But a enemy opponent shouldn't be able to cause more than -1. I agree with that because the planes got silly. And admittedly, I was a user of that.
They were playing crazy.
And I admit I used the planes. I was a plane heavy list, but it was a way of winning with Aldari. You know, why not? Why wouldn't you use it? But and it was quite cool playing with planes. You know, 6 planes on the board.
Well, if you still want to play with planes, Jason, there is always Aeronautica.
Planes are a sore point because again, I've got planes sitting on the side here that I can't even build an attachment anymore.
Well, speaking of planes, have
it's a bit of a shame they lost
anything come up about the Fire Raptor?
What was that, mate?
Did you see anything come up about the Fire Raptor in the the index leaks.
I didn't really look at the Imperium, to be fair. The Goonhammer's review was pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it's come down a little bit in points, but overall, nothing major to make it exciting.
No, it's fine. It's just a horrible model to sit on a shelf, to suffer through the pain of building it, and then for it to sit on a shelf. It's fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Well, They said for orcs that the kill tanks have come down a fair chunk as well to make them a bit more viable again.
Yeah.
Like a good 150 points for different variants. So it'd be nice to bring one of them out, get the convert out, got a Land Raider sitting around waiting to be converted, so a good excuse to get something else done.
Oh, did you see that converted kill tank that I think was it shared in the group the other day?
Yeah,
it was like a Land Raider on top of a Baneblade.
Yeah, proper massive. That was beautiful. Who was it? I can't remember who that was.
I remember his Twitter feed. I just can't get it in my head right now. And just in case Rick tunes in, I'm hating the Proxygor. Give me a Proxygor.
Yay!
I want an actual Proxygor model, please. Give me my lizards. They're one big guy, the king of their team.
Oh, I was thinking also why you've got two quite strong Blood Bowl players sitting on this stream right now. In terms of you do like playing it a lot as well. And with Lockdown looming, I know you're running a league, but I was thinking maybe we could run a little tournament and even put up a mouse mat as a prize, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, could encourage a few more players in. That'd be nice.
Do you know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say I will put up the team as the prize.
Wow. Are we saying we have to get to a certain? I think we should. If that's the case, if we get the minimum, I reckon we'll do a mouse mat. But if we get to a certain numbers in the tournament, and then we'll put that up.
Yeah, you know, pick your team, send you a box. If you can beat Walshy, send you two. I'm joking.
To be fair, wasn't you undefeated in the real life tournament you had or league you had before all the lockdown kicked in?
Yeah, the first round of the was it the Rick Nation Cup? I think it was. Yeah. Was it the Marienburg Dolphins went undefeated? But then again, we've been playing a few online ones, and I've been smashed an awful lot as well. So,
aren't you playing Goblins on the online though?
The first little league we did, I played Goblins. Got smashed up a bit, did a little bit of damage. I think I managed to squeeze a win against Pete, and that was my only luck one. And then
it was Dwarves versus Goblins. Lizards versus Goblins, wasn't it?
You what, sorry?
It was Lizards versus Goblins, wasn't it?
Yeah. All the running away.
Yeah, all the bribes. That's what I remember. So many bribes. I've just got to get through this down, and this player will be off. No, he won't. You played a pro.
Oh, that fanatic is so useful. Just being a massive no-way zone.
But yeah, well, I'm sure there's a couple of guys in our normal chat would get involved with that. But yeah, I will put a post up if anyone's watching this back. We'll put a post up. We'll get it organised, and we'll probably run it over a few weeks, maybe. Yeah,
probably. Probably run Blood Bowl 2 PC version. I think would be easiest.
I will. Pete, I'll let you decide on the number to hit to get that top prize on the table, because you guys will know what's feasible. Ideally, it'd be nice if we could run it over a few weeks, and potentially, the only downside to the Blood Bowl, when I was chatting to Porsche, is we can't stream it unless you stream it actually in game.
Yeah.
The guys playing it, because you can't get spectators, which is a real shame. But
We're holding out for Blood Bowl 3.
I don't know how much
early
work
next
it'd
year.
be in terms of editing, but you can save the replays, and we could do like a highlights reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Once you're in the league, you can actually just view any replay for for any game that's been played.
Yeah, and anyone that's been saved, you can just watch them. Yeah.
So
Maybe we'll get that
I
sorted.
need to go back and rewatch the Undead versus what else? Was it what else? No, Skaven. Undead versus Skaven.
Oh yeah.
Again.
Who won in the end?
Well, a little bit of controversy again. The Skaven conceded.
Oh.
So again, it was a lack of understanding of what a concession actually means to the other team. So
Yeah. Again, it's just a difference from how the PC game works from the actual real game, I think. So.
Right. What's this is interesting. What's the difference?
So in the PC game, if you concede, and I thought this was the same for tabletop, but if you concede, then your opponent gets both MVPs. I think each. So it gives you a real boost to getting some characters leveled up, and you get the other players' winnings as well. So you roll twice for golden, get both of them. So again, that can really set you up to buy an important reroll or extra player. So it's one of those things that I was hoping we could avoid because it's caused issues in the past where like accidental concessions have really imbalanced a league. But
okay, yeah.
I mean, no hard feelings. You know, once we've explained what's going on, it's kind of been like, oh right, okay, yeah, sure, sorry. But just in that moment when you see someone concede, you're like, what are you doing? You've got 3 turns left.
Did he have to go or?
No, there was just no way for him to win. It was in extra time, and like in a real world scenario, you'd just talk through. You wouldn't have conceded as such, but you'd have like talked through how the game would have ended.
Yeah, like you're doing 40k.
You can't then. There's no way to win. Yeah, and you probably wouldn't have leveled at a concession unless you're being like really horrible to your opponent. But yeah, it's one of those where the computer game doesn't allow for the around the table conversation what you would normally do. Oh, it's like this is useless for me. I've got one of these like solar powered rotators. So I put Sly on it and I put the fan next to him so that as it spins around, the wash is dry. Like you wonder how I'm getting through so many characters and trying to get through the washes is just that. It's just
speed drying wash.
The way to speed it up. Yeah. So
spin dry.
You know. Yeah. You know, you find the hacks that get you through.
That's certainly a hack, and it's a pretty cool one to be fair.
It's like quartered the speed it takes for washes to dry. Like even a really heavy wash like I've given him. The arms are pretty much dry now. The base is almost dry, and that was the last thing to get washed. So put it back on there and bring you around again.
So Walsh, are you still at work during this lockdown, or are you off? Like
no, I still work, so I've not been getting a great deal of time. So we're doing a great much at the moment.
I was chatting to Christy earlier and realised it's been it's going to be like definitely, especially for me and Pete, I think a year working at home. A year.
Yeah.
When you look at it like that, it was huge. When she said that, I was like, yeah, Jesus Christ, at home. That's a long time that I've not.
And you know, the place I work has said, if this is going to work and it might help reduce some costs, then it may be a more permanent thing. Maybe do 2 or 3 days a week in the office and the rest at home.
Our company's already come out and said that that's not going to happen.
Not like hotspot in offices type things. And
yeah, some people keep bringing it up saying, "Oh, it's all working," and they're like, "Meh, not completely." So it gets shut down quite quickly. But we keep. I think I actually reinsured, MOT'd, and serviced my bike the other month because the company was about to go into phase 2 of get back in the office, and literally probably less than a week after I did that, they brought in the new tier system. The work went back down, but stayed at phase 1, which means I don't have to go in unless you really want to. So I was like, great, just paid out without the bike. I'm not using it, and it's still and it's sat there again. But yeah, it's one of them. Like, I've not really realised how long it's been because I've just got up every day, sort of the kid, done stuff with the kids, worked. You can't do anything other than that really. So it's like I didn't really realise.
1 day at a time.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was a year. And saying that, it feels ages since we ran a tournament as well. Like I know it has been because we ran literally the day before the massive lockdown, didn't we?
Yeah.
well, a week. Yeah.
Last one for me was February.
Yeah, I think the February.
Was you there on the speed Dakar?
Yeah, the 1,000-point day tournament. Yeah.
I was hoping that we could run another one of them again because I know it was quite hard on the mind because 5 games in one day was quite tough.
Yeah.
But I thought it was quite enjoyable.
Keeping it to 1,000 points though, five 2,000-point games in one day is brutal.
But I think everyone enjoyed it though, didn't they? I didn't hear anyone moan. So it's certainly a if and when we can, a type that we'll look at again. If people seem to enjoy it, so why not run it again?
I'm kind of also looking forward to getting back once the forge is open again, being able to do some crusade nights, do some other bits as well.
Well, we said that, didn't we? I got that. I had like 20 people saying, "Yeah, we'll come down for a weekly night thing," which is awesome for us because, again, we run tournaments. Yes, they're competitive. No, it's not only for hard competitive people. We take anyone. I know we've had a few people come for the first tournament and have come again because they've enjoyed it. Because I think if tournaments are played in the right way, they can be fun in their own. It's a different style of game. They're not all what people make out to be. Oh, it's that guy. It's going to be a bastard when I play him.
Yeah.
I don't think we really had any complaints of that. We might have had a few people question some bits and pieces, but nothing that's really screamed out saying, yeah, he can't come back again.
No. So you generally find
keep coming back.
You generally find it's just people who are out there who just want an excuse to get a good few games in and try out list. Which is what makes it fun, I think.
You know what? I was so ready for Space Wolves. They were like a month away.
Oh yeah.
Into lockdown we go. Now I'm down 29 globally. Let's have a look for UK. I'm actually on it now. I'm still number 6 for the UK, so that's not bad.
That's not bad at all, mate.
Anyone else? Any other names you recognise that?
I was 10th for Orcs in the UK earlier on in the year, but there's been a few Orc players done well, but I don't know about UK.
Well, UK we shouldn't have really changed to be fair. I think there's only been one tournament during the whole pandemic, and that was the guys from Vanguard.
Because I definitely dropped because I was ranked number 1. So, oh look, there's that faction nobody plays, Yunari. Let's just skim over them. Oh, you know what? I feel bad for this one, Eldar Corsairs.
Oh, it's a dead faction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lovely idea, but I think the kind of some of the stuff that they were going to do kind of got took over when they re-released Harlequins. What was that? End of 6th, mid 7th.
But you think they took that role?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what they were. I know they were different in the flesh.
Well, kind of took over that. Yeah, factions together.
Wasn't like Yunari meant to be kind of like Eldar 2.0? But they fucked it
We've
up.
got 3 new characters.
Well, originally
sorry.
when they brought out when they brought the index out though, and they had their own index, and it was like Eldar 2.0, and it was a fuck up because it became instant win for a lot of people at tournaments because they thought giving someone an extra 3 actions was a good idea.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I understand why that got reworked. It was painful to have it taken away, but it was silly because in a good player's hand, you could do so much damage with it.
Yeah, what with the
it was so good.
Bombs and things like that. It was just crazy. Oh, yeah.
It was so good they were making Finecast also out.
I'm far from good.
And Walshy, you are currently number 11 for Orcs.
All right.
UK. 60 globally.
Oh.
That's not bad from 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
The thing is, if the lockdown eases down to a tier, we could even get a small one in, which is still points worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, the way the thing's going, the minute we can actually get something and we've got a location, I'm down to getting something small going. Because it's getting silly waiting and then losing out the chance to do it again every time.
Once we're able to start having people around a bit more easily, I'm more than happy to have a couple of games here just to get into actually playing nights. Because I've had 1 game on TTS, and that's it. I need to sit and play some games against people.
Do you know what? I'm actually intrigued. Okay, yes, there's certain places that are been having lots of games, or they've had mini tournaments on, but on a national scale, when this pandemic lifts a little bit, I'm not saying it's going because it's not going to go anywhere, but it lifts, the tournament results are going to be very whack. But they're just going to be all over the place. Like, I don't think they're going to be very predictable to start.
Whack, sorry.
Sorry, not the whack is there. Yeah, that I don't think anyone's going to be able to predict, apart from a set few players, where you'd come, because I just think it's going to be so random in terms of people. A lot of people really be getting in their first tournament games.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, I think a lot of people, if you look at the fighting game community, they tried to do some online stuff and they've ended up just kind of writing this year off. If you win fighting games, if you're top of the table this year, that's great, but it's the lockdown year. It doesn't really count. They've kind of said that this year won't really count. So if you come top of the rankings, good for you, but it doesn't really count, unfortunately.
So what you're trying to say is me being number 1 Yunari means absolute dog shit. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, because they're going to squat your faction with the next book, so...
See, I don't think they are.
You're going to get rolled into the codex.
Nah. It's strange. There's actually huge love, especially in some of the older groups, for Yunari. It's just...
I want to see you get some more models. I really do.
For me, the problem is they've given Harlequin such a good revamp in Psycho Awakening. It's pointless taking Harlequins as Yunari now because you lose out more than you gain. So what's the point?
It was quite hard to take some of the key Harlequin characters, anyways, wasn't it?
No. Well, only Solitaire.
Yeah.
You couldn't take Solitaire, but
You say only the Solitaire, but the Solitaire is a beast.
yeah. But could you imagine it being in Yunari? 10 attacks on a charge, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s if you've got stuff nearby, rerolling all wounds if you use just psychic spells. Give it. I couldn't give it a relic. Yeah, so you can do it. But yeah, it would blitz stuff off the table if it hit. And it's so sad to see the my little trick with them used to be the whole Veiler Pathway or Tear. Is it Veil Path? No, Veil of Tears and Suit of Hidden Knives, and there was one other thing. So basically, you gave it a -3 to hit, and any 6s because of the Suit of Knives was a mortal wound. So basically, I remember charging Jack Vincent's Destroyers, and he's like, "I don't want to attack you." So, well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to. He was hitting me on 6s, but killing his own units on 3s. It is a bit of a one-trick pony, and you had to get a psychic power off, and you had to.
But still,
That's kind of
So yeah, you hit him on.
sounds like a Don Briley situation.
You hit them for 10 attacks, and then when they hit you, it's just like, oh, go on then. But and it was relatively easy to set up because you could use the strat that lets you teleport a Death Jester, Solitaire, and a Shadow Seer anywhere around the table. Do that so they're in range of the psychic powers, and then off you go. You're 9 inches away.
Well, speaking of and off you go, that is Slime Arvo done. Complete with his little Audrey plant behind the TNT box.
Nice.
So, where is that down there?
And saying that, I think that's probably a good place to end the stream, Pete, as well. We've hit the hour and a bit, so
yeah, so hour and a bit to get that model fully painted. It's not too bad.
But thank you very much, Walshy, for coming on. It does add, I think it does add an extra dimension of just two people chatting to each other. If I know we do get a few watches after this goes out live, so if you do, please come and join us at 8:30 on a Sunday night. I think we're going to cement that time now, aren't we? I know we used to go around it, but I think we'll keep to that time now. Come and join us. Talk about your lockdown efforts. We'll try and be a bit more active on the Facebook around this stream. And thank you very much for coming and watch, and catch you next week.
All right.
Cool. See you guys.